welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to get your Android app version in Godot by creating an Android plugin. So I will tell you how to get the version name as well as the version code. So here you can see in the output I am getting the version name as 4 and version code as 3. And if you want to, so why do we need to get so every time you deploy your app to Google Play Store or your game to Google Play Store, you have to increment your version name and version code. So typically for Godot, what you will have to do is you will have to go to export Android, and here you will have to change your version code and version name. So here you can see my version code is 3, version name is 4. I will show you how to add this as well. So but here you can see that's the output, so that's the main part. So let's see how to create a plugin for this. So first you will have to create an Android project. It can be an empty views project or a Jetpack Compose project. Once you create that project, you will have to create an Android plugin. So for that, just right click on your project, new, module, Android library. Just give some name. I think my library, I have given it as my library. I have already created this. Give some package name as well and click on finish. I have already created this. Next you will have to create an extensions.kt in Kotlin plus Java folder, and here you can see this is how you get the package info. So just copy paste this. This will help us to get the version name and version code. Okay, once you do that, you will have to go to this build.gradle.kts of my library, add this dependency of Godot. I'm using Godot 4.2.1, but in future if it is a higher version, you can check this version on Maven Central. Once you add this, just click on sync now at the top, and once that is done, you will have to create this file called Godot Android plugin, a Kotlin file, and it will extend from Godot plugin, and this should be your plugin name. It can be anything, but do remember this name because we will be using this in multiple places as well. Next, here I have registered one signal so that I can send some data from the Android plugin side to the Godot side, and this is the method which I will call from my Godot side. So here you can see I'm getting this info, so I'm calling this get package info compat, which we had defined it in extensions.kt. and if your the user is on Android P or higher, then you can send it something like this, version name and long version code. If not, then you can use this deprecated method of version code and version name. So that's it for the plugin. Now go to Android manifest.xml, just copy paste this, but this should be your plugin name and this should be your package name. So if you want, this is your plugin name and this is your package name. Okay, and this will be depending on what class you have defined. So I have defined it as Godot Android plugin. Next, you will have to go to this project drop down, go to your library, create a folder called export scripts template. Inside that, create a file called export plugin.jd, and I have literally copy pasted this from the Godot documentation. Only thing which you have to remember, this should be your plugin name, rest everything else remains the same. Next, create a file called plugin.cfg. Again, I have copy pasted this from the docs. This should be your plugin name. Description author, you can change it according to your needs. Next, what you will have to do is you will have to go to your Godot Android project, open terminal, cd to your Android project, and then you will have to run this command. I'll show you what that command is. So this is the command. So once you run that command, you can go to your library folder, go to build, outputs, AAR, and here you should see 2 files. I've already copied those files to my Godot project, that's why you're not seeing it over here. Next, create your Godot project. Inside that, firstly go to project, click on install Android build template. I have already done that. Then click export, click add, here add Android. Then you have to check this, use Gradle build, and here if you don't know what architecture your Android device is running, just click all 4 of those. At the bottom you will have to click on fix import as well, and here you can set the version code and version name, whatever makes sense to you. Once that is done, here inside my project I have just taken this label, and if you see I have attached a script. This should be again your plugin name, and here we are instantiating our plugin. I have registered our signal as well, and as soon as the plugin is instantiated, I am calling that get app version method, and once the signal is sent from Android side to Godot side, I am just displaying it inside our label. Next, you have to create a folder called add-ons. Inside that, create a folder with your plugin name, then inside that create a folder called bin, and inside bin create two folders, debug and release. Then you will have to copy the debug AAR file to the debug folder. So I'll show you that as well. Go to my Godot project, add-ons, my plugins, bin, debug, and here you can see I have copied the debug file to the debug folder, but here you will have to replace it with your plugin name. So your plugin name dash debug.ar. Similarly for release as well, your plugin name dash release.ar. Also you will have to copy these two files which we had created on the Android plugin side inside this my plugin folder. Okay, once that is done, you will have to go to project settings, go to plugins, and make sure you check this checkbox as well. Yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.